Hi everybody, let's take a look at some file formats and directory management functions. The first one you see is the native MATLAB file format, the .mat file. You can use load to import it and save to export. The text file are like pretty much Word and Note. They're simply numbers or strings within a Word document or a Notepad document. If they are separated by blanks, you simply use the load to import and the save to export. If they are separated by a semicolon or a comma or an and, they're called delimited numbers, and use dlm read to import and dlm write to export. If they are a mix of strings and characters that are delimited, use text scan to import them. If they are column oriented, meaning they look like a table, use read table to import and write table to export. If they are a spreadsheet file, which has an extension of .xls, use the .xls read to import and .xls write to export, or the read table and the write table. However, if it's a spreadsheet, you'd want to use the .xls to read and write. So what you're looking at here are some other supported MATLAB files along with their import and export functions. They include how to import images, videos, and audio. Now let's take a look at some directory management functions. The first one is used to create a folder, which appears in your current folder window. And the second one simply deletes that folder. You have to use these two functions to create and delete folders. The edit simply allows you to open an M file or a specific M file. Simply write the name of the M file you want to open right next to the edit function, and it will open that file. The delete function simply deletes the arrays that you create. You have to specify the array again. And the open function allows you to open any file you'd like.
Sup engineers. Well, to start off file and data management, I first have two different arrays, A and B. There could be a time where you have hundreds of numbers in your arrays, and you just really don't want to rewrite them. So in this example, I'll just show you how you can save your variables and store them in your it'll be in your current folders. So what you start off doing is you write a MATLAB function called save, open parentheses, and you write in any name. For educational purpose, I'll write AB arrays. Now hit enter, and in a few moments you'll notice you have an abarrays.mat file. And so at this moment I'll just clear out this command window, and you can notice that none of my variables are there anymore, and I'll show you. Alright, A says undefined function, and to get that back up, it's just the same thing. Just load and just write that same file over again, and there you go. You get A and B right back. For your next situation, you'd want to load your variables in a code, your .m file, and over here I have an example of A times B being multiplied and the values are being shown. As you can see at the moment that my workspace has no variables currently there. So if I run the program right now, it's going to say undefined function variable A. And so from the previous part, I have A, B arrays, and I already have them stored. So as I did before, just write load and just write in the code's name. And at this moment, if you hit run, it'll say the values are 15, 24, and 35, and your variables are in your workspace. In the previous examples, we were using .m files to obtain our variables. You can use other types of formats of different files to obtain different variables. For example, I'm going to use a .txt file from a notepad, and I just have a couple numbers here. And in order to extract those variables, I would just set a random letter. For example, Q equals, you'd write a MATLAB function called dlmread, and you'd write in the file's name, extract.txt, close, and you'll notice that all the variables are shown and it's stored inside my workspace. Now I'll show you how to do some directory management. First, if you want to create a folder, you write in this MATLAB function mkdir, and you write in the name of your file you want to name. I'll try water. And on your left side, you'll just end up seeing that there's a folder called water, and it happens to have misspelled the word water, so I don't want that folder anymore. So if I want to delete it, I'll just write rmdir and the name of the folder, and then you'll see on your left hand side that it was deleted. And if you want to open a file, so let's try opening our load file example from our second example. You write open, and you write in load file example, and hit enter. And then there you go, your file is open. So a little bit easier way of doing it. And if you, I had either the choice of changing this into a proper way or deleting it, or I can just rename it. And to rename your files, you write move file, and I have an example right here, change name, and it would be comma, and you on your left hand side it will be the name of your file, on the right hand side will be the name of the new file. I'll write MATLAB, close, and your left side you'll eventually see this name change to MATLAB. And that's it.